Hey, what is up? Work here. In this video, I'm going to be doing a bit of a post commentary on my first Mythic Council kill as, again, an MM Hunter. So it turns out that Mythic Log and also Mythic Council are just like designed for hunters. I would say specifically on this fight coming up, Mythic Council, is that it's a 4 boss at all times fight, and we have a talent called Heavy Ammo that makes our AoE basically scale really, really well for 4 targets. It's just like, perfect 4 target spell, perfect 4 target boss fight. So it's pretty much how much uptime can you get. You have an insane range, but there's a lot of mechanics going on. So it's just, can you maximize doing damage? And can they keep the bosses all together? And that's the other thing. If they start getting spread out, then it doesn't work that well, but usually they're together. So looking really briefly at the parse, you'll see that we have Lust, and that's Trueshot, Double Shot, and Double Tap, rather. And we're hitting 400k, it looks like, at the peak, so pretty nutty. And then it falls off. It's basically waiting for a couple aim shots to come back. Then there's some mechanic parts where we need to maybe go soak, or there's something going on. There's the frost part where you need to go step in fire. Sometimes we're going to lose, uptime doing that. And then at about 2 minutes, looks like Trueshot came back. So we have a little mini version of the first burst, just no Lust. And essentially every 1 minute, Double Tap is coming back, which barely doesn't even show up at all. But that's the whole fight. You're literally doing 4 target cleave the whole time, but there's a bunch of stuff that gets in your way from doing it. And I'm actually interested personally of seeing how this one went. This is my first kill for it. So here we are on the pull where we actually killed them, and this is, if I keep it, this is my first time watching it back, actually, so it's kind of I guess a live first post commentary. So we're running into the pull. You want to let everyone group these together first. There's some silencing that has to happen, and then we're going to send it off. And immediately 4 pillars spawn on people. I don't know who. It's ranged melee. I think it's everyone. And so they do some damage standing near them, but with some pretty stacked healers, I'm not too afraid to stand near these things. I'll just get right in there like I am right now. And I'm heading over to the triangle, which this dragon has been assigned the range stack, which I have, ignored until now. I was doing my opener, so I'm not moving during the opener. But, someone's going to get the circle, and that big red circle, we need to soak it, share the damage, and it's going to get rid of pillars. That's pretty much the main mechanic of this fight. Now we're all getting sucked in, and we're getting these frost stacks. It's getting real frosty over here. So we got to step in the lava pool, reset the stacks. And yeah, so there's just a little bit of mechanics going on there that you need to move around correctly and do some, well, the judgment call is going to come in a second when I get the circle. But primarily we're just trying to not have to move too much. So I have the blue circle, which we clear by touching one of the pillars, and we try not to run over anyone else during it. I get the responsibility, and I think that this is a nice, cozy place to drop it. That was not too far to move, which is good, because if I have to move too far, I'm pretty much not going to. The pull before this, I got the circle, and I was like, I'm not going to disengage across the room. I'm just going to pick the closest pillar and get rid of it. Turned out that wasn't the best call in the world, and we didn't do so well because of it. It's a little sketchy. I'm dropping the circle while not getting anyone else's. And I'm just standing between lava and, pillars that do damage, but it worked out okay. And I'm returning back to our dragon over here. I think this is Mag. What up, Mag? And range is trying to stay together and then kind of all together and take out some of these here pillars. Looks like we got 3. It's pretty decent. On top of that, if we're not stacked, which was the cause, I think, of our last wipes, you can spawn pillars way out, and that's not good. So we're getting into that mid phase where things are getting kind of dicey, in my opinion. Luckily, these things don't LOS. That would be really awful for ranged. We just keep shooting. I don't even see the boss in frame half the time. I just keep one of them targeted, and eventually someone will call out oh, one of these bosses is too high, and I'll switch to the lower one. I'm kind of going into melee. That's not normally what we want to do, and I'm ignoring the soak, so I hope no one from my raid sees this. I think we're prioritizing damage here, That's what it kind of looks like to me. Do we have to clear frost stacks? It doesn't look like it. I think I start, quote-unquote, clearing stacks. We don't have to at some point, but who knows. Oh, I know why I'm standing over here. There's a ton of fire. I don't know. It seemed like I was sort of not with where I should have been in that case. I don't think that many people are dead though. So, you know, at that point, no harm, no foul. People had enough to soak. It's okay. Even on Mythic, like, you know, not everyone needs to be in it. You know, and I feel like the Hunter and the Boomkin, and if our healer S priests, like, we're the ones doing like a lot of the damage though. We should be allowed to every once in a while prioritize that. Somehow I stood in all those people's blue circles, and this dude's still trying to come around and clear. Nice. Warlock. That's looking like a warlock over there. And I didn't get it. So I feel like it's like kind of forgiving the circles. Like you have to like really try to like catch someone else's like whatever that thing is called. Clearing some stacks. Maybe that was the melee's fire. Sorry, melee. And I am not with my dragon. I mean, he's over there, so we're not that far. I'm supposed to be with the triangle, but I guess I'm not. So this is not the... I mean, we're kind of near each other. It's maybe things are kind of falling apart over here. Maybe a tiny bit. No, I guess everyone's alive. We're doing okay. We're getting these ones. That's pretty clean. I think everyone's in that. Like barely any damage. Got to do some dragon floor healing. It's looking good. This is a clean one. I was kind of expecting this to be. I remember this being a little bit scuffed at the end, but so far midway we are doing pretty well. Conductive marks is starting to hurt a bit there. Am I getting healed? Did I pop something? I'm not sure. But no, this is pretty nice so far. So imagine being melee or the tank, and you're just in that cluster up there. That looks awful. I am, you know, my main alt is an outlaw rogue, but I don't really want to be in that like big mess up there. It seems like real nasty. I think I'm gonna get a little bit of this soak circle pretty good. And so this whole time, it's just like, can you, you know, like it might. Oh, there's a turtle. It's a clutch turtle. My you know, my muscle memory is pretty decent. There's the loss of uptime. That's, you know, that's gonna cost the parse there, but I'm alive, so that's, you know, even more important. But my main alt's gonna be an outlaw rogue, but I'm not really in a rush to do the raid. Melee raid, I kind of decided that looks kind of not that much fun to be. Just because you have to be like stuck up there the whole time. Do I live this? Am I about to die? I should be dead. Maybe I should have cleared that faster. Nope. Someone's on top of the hills. I'm alive still. Wow. This is a rather juicy, clear... Oh, I am not in that. I don't know what the hell that... I think I was concerned about dying, which might have been correct. I probably could have died and we still would have finished. I think I was concerned that I would die if I took any of that damage. I was dipping pretty low. Is that the kill? Okay, yeah, not bad. Not bad. You know, maybe I prioritize living a little bit too much or padding. I'm not sure, but, you know, we killed. You know, me and Boomkin are... top damage, so it's not too bad, but it seems like I wasn't like perhaps the best team player as far as mechanics in that case. But, you know, Hunter, S Priest, and Boomkin, you know, we're like, you know, the AoE raid champions at the moment's up. You know, we're here to pump. This is a bad parse too. This is like a 50% or something like that, like pretty sad. Meaning like Hunters at my gear level, or just in general, Hunters, like we should be doing like, I don't know, 150, you know, 150 overall. I've done this on heroic where I've gotten, I think, well, basically if the boss dies faster, right, your parse is higher in most cases. Your damage is higher. So on heroic, when we do it, it's like, you know, I can probably end around like 160 or something like that sometimes. But still a good run. I didn't even notice what was different about Mythic from heroic. That just felt like a heroic run, but maybe I'm again didn't play the team mechanics perfectly. But that's first council kill, and again, first two fights of Mythic are so fun on Hunter. It's just AoE the whole time, and then like the next couple of bosses like Taros and not Aaron, no, Kurog. They're both just single target fights. So I play a BM, and so is Senarth, and I don't think that's very interesting to watch. But I'll probably do some sort of post commentary. But yeah, you pretty much BM Hunter the entire time, and there's no cooldowns, and you still do great damage, but there's not much going on to think about. There wasn't much in that fight either. Anyway, I'll see you on the next video. Peace.